Hello and welcome to the classic Hollywood movie you should know. I'm Nate Washburn. This week, the movie is from 1937, A Star is Born, starring Frederick March and Janet Gaynor and directed by William Wellman. Now, if you see the title, A Star is Born, you might be thinking of the film from last year, Bradley Cooper Lady Gaga. In fact, A Star is Born has been made 4 times. Not only last year, Cooper and Gaga, but in 1976, starring Barbra Streisand and Kris Kristofferson, in 1954, starring Judy Garland and James Mason, and then this original one in 1937. The new one was fantastic. I love the one from 1954, the Judy Garland one. I haven't seen the Barbra Streisand one, but the reason that I like the 1937 one is this one, first of all, it's not a musical. It's a story about a woman seeking stardom in Hollywood, but it's like a time capsule for Hollywood in 1936 when this film is shot. And the way it's presented, William Wellman does it so that it's like a Hollywood Fable. The movie begins with a shot of the first page of a screenplay. And what he's doing is basically saying, this is a story, this is a movie. Suspend all disbelief. This is not reality what you are watching. And then the movie ends with the finale, and then there's a shot of the final page of the screenplay, as if Wellman's just reminding us, hey, again, this is a movie. This isn't reality. This is just a Hollywood fable. And the two leads, Janet Gaynor is so sweet and sort of affable and lovable as Esther Blodgett / Vicky Lester. They change her name. Frederick March is grossly charming as Norman Maine, as sort of the alcoholic wastrel, the former superstar. And you know it's coming, but these two actors, they really they hook you, and the scenes between the two of them are great. You know, I'm an actor, and a lot of my friends are actors, and we all have these dreams of Hollywood and superstardom and what will happen. And it's so interesting to see how Wellman creates sort of that dream in 1936. This movie was shot from October to December of 1936. It came out in 1937. Esther goes to Hollywood. She stops by Grauman's Chinese Theater. She looks at the names and handprints and footprints in the cement. Grauman's Chinese Theater is still there. It's a tourist trap. What's funny is this movie had their gala premiere in 1937 at Grauman's Chinese Theater. Esther takes a job as a caterer because the job is taking place at this studio head's house, and she thinks it's a way to get in front of people who can advance her career. And in fact, in the story, that's where she meets Norman Maine. But I've worked catering, and I know a lot of actors who work catering, and that is a common thing, is, you know, we all kind of have in the back of our heads, who knows who's going to be at this party, this very expensive party, who might be someone you can have a chance to talk to. And Esther even goes to Central Casting. Central Casting is still around. They do all the background stuff in New York and LA. And when she visits them, there's this sign that says there are 12,416 actors registered at Central Casting for extra work. 16 times as many actors as there are jobs available. And it's almost used as a discouragement. Now, when I got out of acting school back in 2009, one of the things they told us to do was to register with Central Casting to get work as a background performer. And what's funny, I forget the actual number, but they told us, they were praising themselves by saying we have something like 50,000 or 100,000 actors registered to work as background performers. And I remember thinking, how would they find me in that many people? And I didn't do it. There's other things too that it's such a glimpse of Hollywood's golden age. Once Esther gets picked up, the studio decides they have to change her name. Esther Blodgett won't work as a star actress's name, so they come up with Vicky Lester. What's funny is Frederick March is an actor who had to change his name. His real name is Ernest Frederick Bickle, and he ended up choosing Frederick March. Now, the film was a big hit. It grossed over $4 million, and it got nominated for 7 Oscars. It only won. It won Best Writing for an Original Story for William Wellman and Robert Carson. And another little piece of trivia that's really interesting about this movie, it was nominated for Best Picture. It didn't win, but this is the first Technicolor movie to be nominated for Best Picture. So if you watch the Bradley Cooper Lady Gaga A Star is Born, give a watch to the original from 1937, A Star is Born. It's such a great glimpse of Hollywood, the workings of Hollywood during the golden age. And it is this week's classic Hollywood movie you should know. I'm Nate Washburn. Keep watching.